My grandfather came to Australia in late 60s and he was from Italy.
Mario Nessi was born in 1935 in Trieste, northeast Italy. Following the war, Mario became an orphan and moved to Australia in 1954 at the age of 20 as part of the Intergovernmental European Migration Scheme. Mario travelled to Australia by boat, named the Castle Verde, with no money and only one shoe. Interviewed Mario's grandson Mitchell Nessi to gain insight into his settlement and life in Australia post-migration. According to Phillips, migration takes place because individuals are seeking a way of life that is otherwise not available to them in their home countries. Mario migrated to Australia in the 50s as part of the Intergovernmental European Migration Scheme, which, according to the Australian Government Department of Home Affairs, stated that Australia had agreements following World War II with mainly European countries to encourage migration of those displaced by the war. This was beneficial to Australia as post-war circumstances meant the Australian economy was suffering from a shortage of manual labour, small business revenue and governmental taxes due to the decline in population. The migration scheme encouraged population growth and, by 1950, encouraged nearly 200,000 Europeans to migrate to Australia and thus contribute to our workforce and economy.
Well, they thought it was heaps better because they didn't really have much work where they came from, so it was a lot more busier. So they liked it more because there was more people to socialise and yeah. If anything, it was probably better because they were obviously doing where they were from was a poor area. So once they got into work and sort of met friends and that sort of thing, it was probably a better lifestyle than where they were from. He contributed in a lot of Australian farms as well because before he did his trade over here, he did a lot of help for wheat farming. So he was there for a long time doing that, and then just like helping hand, sort of getting into anything really they could find him to do for work-wise, just to get up on his feet.
Following his work in the farming industry in Australia, Mario met his Maltese wife Rita and began his trade as a boilermaker, of which he continued as his lifelong career as a means of supporting his wife and eventual 4 children after settling into the city.
Well, where they moved to, they sort of moved in sort of like a Leichhardt area into the city, so it was much similar because their culture back when they moved in were sort of a lot of them around, so it was just really more socialise and work compared to where they're from. Well, he actually came with friends and then sort of met my nan and then sort of had a family from there, so sort of migrated to the Australian sort of culture more than anything.
According to Phillips, Italian migrants adopted Australian ways of doing things. However, the domestic and family life inside the home maintained their true Italian culture and still does typically today.
He also developed a lot of hobbies like motorcycling and that sort of things with cars, which got handed down to my father, which then he sort of made a living out of it, and it sort of got brought down to me and my brother.